Hello friends. Now my this video is on rebirth. There are many theories behind this phenomena of birth, death and rebirth. And all the religions have some idea about rebirth. Now if we see in the East, the people believe in rebirth. Why East is slow? Why people are not in hurry to accomplish many things in one lifetime? No doubt these days situation is changing in a fast manner. But as far as the West is concerned, West is in a big hurry to accomplish all the things in this lifetime. And they are going to count that how many days, how many years, how many hours we have to accomplish many things. Because they say when you are sleeping or you are on a leave, your time is sheer wastage. It is not a positive contribution. So they are always in hurry. They are always living in future. They never live in present. They never enjoy life. And similar of kind of things have reached to the East, and East have also joined this race. And most of the things which they are doing, they are going against the laws of nature. Nature never does hurry. This is one of the big quotations which points towards that we should accomplish things at a certain pace. We should not reach to that place, or we should not reach to any place before time, because we are not supposed to be there and you will not get anything at that time, because that was not the destined time for you to go there. So as far as rebirth is concerned, it is quite clear that there is a phenomenon of rebirth. It is there in Guru Granth Sahib, it is there in Gita, it is there in the scriptures of the East, whether Buddhist, whether Mahavir or other scriptures, they talk about the rebirth. Because basic thing is of the soul. Because if we are having a soul, if everybody is having a soul, soul doesn't die. It is only the body which becomes useless at the time of death. But the soul takes birth in the form of other body, or it can get liberation also if it has no desires left in the previous birth. So the living and dying both are equally important, because these are the two extreme points in one lifetime, and in between what is happening, that is not a permanent thing, that is impermanent phenomena which is happening, and that happens at the plane of duality, because everything comes in pairs. If you are wishing for happiness, then sorrow will be there. If we are hoping that there will be day night, then it will follow by night also. If you want that there should be, you can say anything which is black, then there will be white also. If you throw a coin, there are chances of either head or tail, and it is 50% probability that either you will head or you will have tail. So it goes like this: there is black, there is white, there is day, there is night, there is male, there is female. So everything comes in pairs. And when you come into word, you're crying. Why you're crying when you enter into this world? Because you know that you have entered a place where everything comes in pairs. You can't say that I will be happy throughout the life. I will be happy at each and every moment of life. Nothing goes like that. Oh, I will be living in this place, I will going to that place. So many things happen which is quite contrary to your expectations. So that's why when you come to this world, you think that why I have come again, because I have already fed up in the previous karma, in previous birth from this world. But I'm coming again. You're surprised. That's why you are crying. Some very few people doesn't cry at the time of birth. They are most enlightened souls which comes to this life and doesn't cry during birth. They are enlightened souls because they know that they can endure through this system of duality, and they will not get upset if something goes contrary to their expectation, or you can say they will accept the reality what's happening, that they will be just witnessing what's happening in front of their eyes. They will never claim themselves to the doers, but they will consider themselves to a part of a big play, and you're a mere character, and director is going to tell you that what kind of role you're supposed to play at this particular time. But in Abrahamic religion, they say that there is a day when all people will wake from the burial ground, from their graves, and there will be a settling of their accounts, what they have done in their life. So they say there is only one life, and one day some Siha will come and you have to give account. So this theory, I doesn't believe in this theory, and this theory is not correct also, to best of my knowledge, wisdom, and whatsoever I read or experienced is totally a false theory. That's why people in the West, they don't accept them to be that they are aged, they should slow down. They want to remain young, and that disease has reached to the East also. If you talk to anybody who is retired, he will say, I am young, I will can do job for next 10 years. So they are making fool of themselves and of others and denying the cosmic principle. So the problem is this: when we are not accepting the stage in which we are, that's the biggest problem of mankind these days. If you're a child, you should enjoy your childhood, and you should know that it is a childhood period. If you're in youth period, you should say that I'm in youth period. It is the period when I have to work, I have to concentrate on my responsibilities towards the family, society, etc. And this is the old age. No, I should be ready to take retirement from the worldly affairs and should become more spiritual so that there can be easy death, peaceful death, and chances of there that the next births, if not going to end in this lifetime, it may be reduced by a certain number. So visits in other bodies may decrease by certain numbers. So there was a king. He asked some renowned person that I don't want to die, or if I want to die, at what time I will die. The person who was enlightened one, he told that some kind of snake will bite you on this date at this time and you will die. But the king said that I can manage it by putting myself in such a secluded place that no snake will ever come in that place. And I will have my bodyguards stationed at various places outside my place of stay, maybe a big building, maybe a room, what's mansion, whatsoever you may call it. So, and if they will see anything related to that, they will kill that immediately. So the thing happened is that that very day some person has come who was a very spiritual kind of person. He said that I wanted to meet the king. And when the people who were on duty, or you can say secretary these days we call, told the king that so and so person wants to meet. This king told that he is a spiritual man, he must have come with certain spiritual message for me, and he told them, let that fellow to come in. He was having flowers in his hand, and that bucket he handed over to the king. And but in that bucket there was a small snake lying in it. And that spiritual person was not aware that when that thing has entered into it, he was not having any bad intention. And that was handed over to him. So when king took that book in hand, and that particular snake just came out and bite the king, and king started crying, shaking, and finally he died. So you see that, so you don't have any control. People are saying that we have control on our destiny. No, it is not like that. It happened. It was supposed to happen. It happened. Even king can't change it. There is another story related to the destiny. Once there was a king. He was not that very wise. Kings are mostly not that very wise. It are their counselors or advisors who are wise. And those kings who have good counselors or wise advisors, they proved in the history to be the great kings. So he was having a wise counselor What happened one day, King fell down in the bathroom and he has, you can say, some scratches on the body. He told his counselor that such thing has happened to me today. And the counselor said that it is very good that it happened to you today. So King was very annoyed and angry on this issue. He asked his bodyguards to put the king in the jail. And when they put the counselor, the advisor to the jail, he was happy there. So for a few days, King was inside the room or inside the palace. He was fed up from that monotonous life. He wanted that monotony should come to an end. He wanted that he should have some change in the environment. So he wanted his men to bring one horse for him so that he can go for a ride to the nearby areas on the horse. So the king has gone, but he was having one wound, and that bandage was there on that particular wound on the one of the arms. So he went so far that he forgot that it is beyond my territory that I am going. So he entered into the area of Aboriginal people. They were dancing, they were enjoying, and they have to give, you can say, some sacrifice of a man on that day. They thought that this is a very beautiful person coming with beautiful dress, seems to be king, and why not to sacrifice him today? So they took the king inside, and when king saw that there was a fire and they were planning to give sacrifice of the king, so king was weeping, crying. He was having no control in his on his emotions. What happened in the meantime, when they started to remove the shirt, they saw that there was a bandage on one of the hand, one of the, you can say, uh, arm. So they thought that he is not full person, so he cannot be sacrificed. So they put back him on the horse and let him go back to the place from where he has come. So the king came back to the palace and immediately asked the advisors to bring the counselor. The counselor came and king asked him that this and this thing happened. But king asked that it is good for me that it happened, but how it is good for you? He said, had I not been in the prison, I would have accompanied you to that place. And you were having a wound on your arm, but I was not having any scratch on my any body part. So they must have sacrificed me. So that good has happened to me also. So that this story tells that everything which is happening for a certain reason. Similarly, your death, your birth, that is not in your hand. And you are supposed to come back again and again till your soul become a pure soul, get rid of all desires, and then only it can merge with the super soul. So you should not try to be in hurry, be slow, as per the nature's requirement. So we have overexploited our resources, what we are having now, diseases. And in most of the cities, there is so much traffic that if you have to go to the office, you can reach by on foot before you can reach by with the car because of the so long jams on the way, traffic jams. So there is a point to think over it. Don't be in hurry. Everything get accomplished at its appointed time. And if it is not accomplishing, it was not supposed to accomplish at that time. Thank you.